Snapshot. 4 Vietnam War veterans are now recipients of the Medal of Honor. On Tuesday, President Biden awarding these 4 men the nation's highest military recognition for their bravery during the Vietnam War, going far above and beyond the call of duty. These men received other medals in the past, but the president said an upgrade was due for the veterans' heroism. Here's President Biden. Let's listen.
It's just astounding when you hear what each of them have done. They went far above and beyond the call of duty. It's a phrase always used, but it takes on life when you see these men. To the late Staff Sergeant Edward M. Canacero, to Specialist 5 Dwight W. Birdwell, to Specialist 5 Dennis M. Fuji, and to Major John Duffy. I'm proud to finally award our highest military recognition, the Medal of Honor, to each of you.
And joining us right now, Paul Rieckhoff, the founder of Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America. Good to see you again, Paul. I know you were an Army infantry officer yourself. How often do we see previous honors upgraded like this?
Good morning, Adrian. It's very rare, but I think it couldn't come at a more important time. We came out of a really difficult 4th of July weekend, a time when the country is really under tremendous stress, and we're looking for heroes. We need folks that can embody the values of this country at a time when we're so divided. I always like to quote the great Mr. Rogers, who used to say, when times are tough, look for the heroes, the people who run in when others are running out. And these are 4 men who ran in when others are running out. They're like real-life Forrest Gump, something you'd see in the movies. And after decades, they're finally being recognized. Their families are finally being recognized. I think it's a good motivator for America, a shot in the arm, a reminder of what our core values are really all about and what real patriotism really looks like.
A little bit of history on this. One of these men who was honored led an armored unit through a bloody ambush in 1968. Another fought off an attack in 1972. Another directed airstrikes while under fire in 1971. Now, this, of course, taking a military review and president's approval for the upgrade. But do you believe that America is turning a corner in terms of honoring our military heroes in the way that we should, with the significance of this particularly rare ceremony?
I hope so. This was a part of a mandated review of Asian American and Native American veterans who maybe hadn't been recognized previously. So, for example, with Specialist Fuji, he was shot down in a helicopter. He was on the ground defending his people till the very end. Even when he was up in the helicopter, he treated a gunner who was injured inside the helicopter. I mean, these are incredible levels of heroism that maybe weren't fully recognized until now. And it should motivate the next generation of men and women who want to serve, who want to think about serving, not just in uniform, but in any way in their community. These are the examples, the role models that we need in a time when it's really hard to find them in Washington. And coming out of July 4th weekend, it's a good reminder of what our independence is really all about, and the men and women who stood on the line to preserve it for decades.
I know you are part of a project, Operation Liberty, to protect troops and veterans. What exactly are your aims with this organization?
Well, we're trying to highlight the impact of the recent Roe decision on military and veterans who have served. There are many women who will be impacted by the changes to Roe v. Wade that are serving on the active duty, that are serving in the National Guard, and have served in the Veterans Affairs. So we want to call on the Department of Defense and the Department of Veterans Affairs and the President to ensure that the women, the 28% of women who are serving in our military and who've recently served, have adequate protections and have the freedoms that they deserve after putting their own lives on the line. It's a divisive issue, but this is one point that shouldn't be divisive. We should understand that the women serving in our military need equal protection and the same kind of protections that their civilian counterparts get in other parts of the country.
You know, it's interesting. We do stories like this all the time. We have about 30 seconds. But what is one way that you would like to see the military honored in a more prolific way? I mean, clearly you are making the time to get out your voice. But what can we do as a nation to prioritize honoring our military heroes?
I would say don't wait for the politicians. A great thing you can do is teach your children. This July 4th Memorial Day, I take my children down to the local VFW hall. I take them to our local cemeteries on Memorial Day, and I teach them about the people in our community and the people in our family who've served. And I think everyone can do that. Even if someone hasn't directly served in your family, you can connect them to the stories of heroism, the helpers that ran in when others ran out. And that should transcend any politics and any division you see from any president or any party.
Well, I'm saluting my sister and her husband who served in the Army, now retired, and every one of our veterans this morning. I know that that's a priority here at News Nation.